enough money to pay his train fare. In 20 years, he created a business empire in diamonds and precious stones.
Yes, he did. The offices were at Rangoon, at Madras, at Trichinapalli, Bombay, and agencies in Antwerp, Amsterdam, and Paris. The whole thing, to my mind, is, Sunil Bhai, that it was a master of management. And it was his managerial expertise that worked for him.
His meticulously maintained diaries and notes are testimony to his astute business sense.
मुंबई ની દુકાનને બરાબર ચલાવવા નીચેના નિયમોનો તરત ઉપયોગ કરવો. દુકાનની દરેક આદમીએ શેઠશ્રીથી માંડીને ભૈયા સુધીના from top to bottom પોતાના હાથે હાજરી ભરવી અને આવતા જતા બંને વખતનો ટાઈમ નોંધાવવો. દુકાનના ભાગીદાર સુદ્ધા દરેક દુકાનના માણસે દુકાનમાં કામમાં ઓછામાં ઓછા 8 કલાક રોકાવું અને ખાસ સમય હોય તો 9 કલાક પણ રોકાવું. I would say in those days the way he managed his firm, he managed everything. I mean really today it is just like today's management expert. Today we are importing raw material. At that time we used to import all polished diamonds. And polished diamonds were imported. I mean in 1922 there were about 18 foreign firms dealing in Mumbai. And they had their agents over here also. And they carry on the business.
Palanpuris like Amritlal Raichand Mehta, Surajmal Lalubhai, and Amulak Khubchand Parekh established a unique practice that dramatically changed the fortunes of the Palanpuri Jain community. Every year, the pioneers would encourage young Palanpuri Jains to come to their offices and train as apprentices with no obligation to join the firm.
What we in Gujarati say, rotlo and otlo. That means it's a free boarding and lodging that was provided. Then they were trained for 6 months under him, under his guidance. And then they were asked to have their own offices. He was never afraid of competition because he said that દરિયો બહુ વિશાળ છે. એમાંથી જેટલું તમે પાણી પીશો એટલું ઓછું છે. અને બધા જ પી શકે છે. So many people told him that they will have their offices just opposite your office. But he said, I don't worry. Let them, they also have a right to do the business, they can do it.
જેટલા બી સગા સંબંધી હોય એ સિવાય બી સંબંધમાં પણ કોઈ પણ હોય પણ પાલનપુરનો વતની હોય એને ત્યાં આગળથી કરી પોતાના ખર્ચે અહીંયા લઈ આવે અને એને કામ ઉપર લગાડે. એ વખતે દલાલી પરચુન જે બીજાઓ બી સુરતના પાટણના અમદાવાદના ઝવેરીઓ હતા એ રીતે એમના સાથે પણ ધંધોની દલાલીનો ધંધો પહેલાં શીખવાડે પછી પોતપોતાનો વ્યવસાય શરૂ કરે નાના પાયા ઉપર.
With the pioneers establishing a foothold in the diamond trade, a stream of young Palanpuris began migrating to Mumbai, confident the community would help them to learn the ropes and then to set up their own businesses. But back in Palanpur, the Jain population began to dwindle quickly. In the initial years of migration, most Palanpuri Jains left their families behind in Palanpur. Their connection with the hometown remained intact as they returned to their families for several months every year. But after the 60s, the new generation of Palanpuris began setting down their roots in their new home, Mumbai.
I was studying in Bombay, in a suburb, completed my matriculation in 55. Then I spent 6 months to 8 months in the college. But my father and their friends were very eager that I should come in a diamond business to support my father's business. We were staying in Vileparla. We leave from Vileparla around 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, having lunch. And we come straight to the diamond market, walking from Marine Lines to Danji Street. Business was going on Danji Street and Sikh Memon Street. And then we sit in the Diamond Merchant Association Hall and we spend some time with the brokers and others. Also we look at the small parcels which are available for sale. And within sitting in the hall we decide whether to buy or not to buy. And then after 3 o'clock, we go around with all offices, by and large, those who are buying the diamonds for their consumption in a different state of the country. I would say the business was in a very small amount compared to today's market. I would say that none of the company was doing a business of 1 crore. I never heard of that. It was just in lakhs. And today we're talking about 70, 80,000 crores. So it's a big change in the last 40, 50 years.
The whole success is based on this principle of trust and lending. And that is how it started in 1920s. Today we lend to any small broker, but we know his father, mother, community, no? Same trust that these are good people having a good standing in the society. So let us do that. That is how it has come. Really it is like that. You will not find any business in Bombay city or all over the world that people lend goods worth of 20 lakhs of rupees, 25 lakhs without a signature. So it is a matter of prestige. It is a matter of social standing.
So within the family, within the community, business was expanding. I would say that other community or international marketing has happened in last 15, 20 years. Earlier it was Palanpuris who was carrying the business. It was Palanpuri who was dominating the diamond business, whether they sell in India or outside India.
In the 60s, Palanpuri diamond traders created a phenomenal business opportunity when they began buying industrial-grade diamond rough and set up a diamond manufacturing industry. Thousands of carats of small-sized, polished gems began flowing out of India. The sheer brilliance of this move changed the face of the diamond business. De Beers sat up and took notice. They sent a team to India to meet local diamond merchants and understand the new phenomenon.
They were absolutely astonished because they found that, first of all, the industry was much bigger than they thought it was, and secondly, they saw that they worked on polished qualities of rough, which up till then people had thought were not polishable. And not only did they polish them, but they produced actually rather attractive, cheap polished. So they suddenly saw that they had a chance to be able to gradually begin selling cheaper rough, which before could only be used for industrial purposes, at a higher value. And that was the basis, if you like, of the mutual interest between the two parties. On the one side, the Indians were looking for supplies, and on the other side, De Beers were looking for a way of handling their cheaper rough, which could not be handled in the West because the labor costs were too high and the skills weren't there.
I don't think anybody could have seen the growth and the success of the Indian diamond industry, led by the Palanpuris. I mean, it's been a huge benefit to the diamond world as a whole. The fact that you had these diamonds now available meant a much wider range of people were able to buy diamonds and come to appreciate this very, very special jewel, and has dramatically changed the diamond industry.
The migration of Palanpuris from the 50s onwards to Antwerp, led by pioneers such as Leherchand Nagindas Parekh, Kirtilal Manilal Mehta and Mafatlal Mohanlal Mehta, is a remarkable story of resilience and entrepreneurship.
ફાધર અહીંયા આવ્યા 1953માં અને હું બી 1953 એપ્રિલમાં અહીંયા આવ્યા. ત્યારે ખાલી 3 ફેમિલીઝ જ હતા. પછી 58 પછી ધીરે ધીરે ફેમિલી વધવા લાગ્યા અને 75માં લગભગ 40 ફેમિલી હતી અને આજે તો 550 ફેમિલીઝ હશે. મનમાં એ વખતે બધું નવું નવું લાગતું હતું કારણ કે ઇન્ડિયા અને અહીંયા આખું કલ્ચર જુદું હતું. ભાષા અહીંયા ફ્રેન્ચ અને ફ્લેમિશ બોલતા હતા જે એ વખતે આવડતી નથી. ધીરે ધીરે શીખ્યા, સ્કૂલમાં બી ગયેલો અહીંયા લેંગ્વેજ માટે અને ધીરે ધીરે ફાવવા લાગ્યું. શરૂઆતમાં તો આંખમાં આંસુ આવી જતા હતા કારણ કે ખાવા પીવાથી માંડીને બધી જ તકલીફ થતી હતી, પણ ટેવાઈ ગયા.
I came on 4th April 1961. It was all around coming from India for the first time outside India. Grey, and lot of work. No servants. Everything had to be done with hands. One wouldn't like to see one's mother washing dishes, cooking food that we were not used to see, but those were the prices everybody paid. A lot of young people of my age were there with their parents. And it was a big challenge to all of us, And very early in our career, we started to make money. And then it suddenly, started to roll, become bigger and bigger and bigger. So of course, then there was much more force and much more energy into what we did, and we tried to imagine things and imitate things and innovate things, and that happened then.
એ વખતે 80% યહૂદીઓનો હતો અને 20% બેલ્જિયમનો હતો, પણ આજે 60% ઇન્ડિયનોનો છે, 20% યહૂદી, 20 થી 25% અને 15% બેલ્જિયનનો છે. ઇન્ડિયન લોકો સવારના 8 થી રાતના 10 વાગ્યા સુધી કામ કરતા હતા, જ્યારે બેલ્જિયમવાળાઓ આવે 9, 9:30 અને 5 વાગે તો ઘરે જતા હતા. એટલે કામ કરવાના કલાકો એ લોકો માટે ઓછા હતા અને આપણે વધારે કલાકો કામ કરી એકબીજાને મદદરૂપ થવા લાગ્યા, જેથી કામ વધ્યું. એ વખતે તો ખાલી 3 કે 4 ફેમિલી હતા એટલે એ લોકોને બહુ લાગ્યું નહોતું, પણ પછી 1965 પછી ધીરે ધીરે લોકો જોવા લાગ્યા કે આ તો ઇન્ડિયનનો આપણા હાથમાંથી ધંધો લઈ જશે. તે થોડા એ લોકો આપણાથી વ્યવહારીમાં બરાબર નહોતા રાખતા, પણ ઇન્ડિયનો એટલા બધા ધીરે ધીરે વધવા લાગ્યા કે એ લોકો વ્યવહાર ના રાખે તો એ લોકોનો ધંધો ના ચાલતો, પછી એ લોકોએ ચલાવવું પડ્યું.
These days our new generation boys are all going to business schools. Those days, during my times, we have not been to any business school. So that proves that was in our blood. We had a great sense of entrepreneurship. A very great sense of entrepreneurship. We wanted to make a big turnover. We wanted to even at a cost of giving in the margins, we wanted to have a bigger turnover and wanted to have a bigger share of the business. We always balanced the share of the business with the margins. We were always balancing these two things out.